Well, good to have your company again, Libra. It's June 2019. Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au. Welcome to all of you that are new. Great to have your company as well. Hopefully you'll gain something out of this brief synopsis of what I'm seeing. For those of you who have sun sign Libra, maybe if you know your ascendant or rising sign, which is Libra, or your lunar sign, Libra, then you may be able to apply some of what I'm saying to your horoscope as well. And a couple of pretty important details here that we see straight off. This combination of three planets here in your 8th house of intimacy and shared resources. Intimacy is a shared resource. It's not a financial resource, although mostly we look at this 8th house, this area here, as having to do with shared financial or material resources. But that couldn't be further from the truth. The most valuable resource really is that a measure of intimacy that we have with the person we love most. And so therefore this is the trigger this month, the intimacy and your capacity to share what you have at a deeper level of your being with people that you're in love with, that you're in relationship with. But that's also going to manifest in different ways this month, and I'll get to that by animating the chart here to the new moon, which takes place here on the 4th of June, up here in the 9th house of higher values, religion, spirituality, travels, legalities. Here also we see Mercury, which is ruling this area, this 9th house, and Gemini in the mix. And this new moon indicates a very strong leaning towards what I call inner renovation or self-change. It really is a turning over of a new leaf, looking at new ways to understand yourself, to understand your relationships, to understand the world at large. And this will naturally take you into seeking out those who have a much better understanding of this. That can include mentors, teachers, philosophers, even friends, which is ruled by the sun, which rules your 11th house here, being here. Friends who have a better handle on these sorts of things. And so that intimacy, I think, also has to do with intimacy with your own self, apart from intimacy with others. If you're not acquainted or in touch with that deepest part of yourself, having that relationship with yourself, I always say, is the most important relationship you are going to foster. Once that intimacy is established, then you're in a better position to express that intimacy or share that intimacy with others. And of course, intimacy means into me see, as some of you may know. It is really a clever breakdown of those words, and I love that because it really is your capacity to open up, open your heart, and allow others to see into you, because that is the starting point. If you want to see into others, you have to remain a little bit vulnerable, even if you're not altogether trusting in the first instance. That is also going to play out as you turn over this new leaf in the area of your work, your professional activities. And this is the other trigger point of the horoscope for you, Libra, which is this 10th house of profession, where we see a massive sort of congestion of energy. The 10th house, 4th house. And this is rather difficult because for some time we've been talking about the problems that you may be experiencing in the area of your domestic life. That's as a result of this slow-moving Saturn and even much slower-moving Pluto. And at this time, having them in retrogression, that means they're in what appears to be a reverse movement, a re-evaluation of all of these aspects of your life. Now, once again, as I mentioned with this 8th house, the 4th house, along with the 12th, these are the hidden houses, and they manifest on the outer level as well. But we tend to forget that the deeper implications are what percolate up into the outer manifestation. The 4th house has to do with the level of satisfaction, self-satisfaction, inner happiness and peace of mind. And that, of course, is going to play out in your domestic relationships. Here, the moon as we can see, is associated with impulsive and at times aggressive Mars, not altogether friendly for you. But these are opposed by these planets down here. So this reevaluation of what most astrologers would say is your domestic sphere, your mother, your intimate familial relationships, also plays out in terms of reevaluation of what it is within yourself that is making you happy, or rather what is making you unhappy, and addressing that. Not glossing over by distracting yourself. You can see here you may be distracting yourself. Neptune in the 6th house, work. Mars, Mercury, 10th house, profession. Trying to develop that self-esteem through prestige, power, professional accomplishments. So you have to be careful that you address those issues from where they stem, from where they originate, and that is generally from within yourself. A little bit of an easing up there around the 8th. We see the moon there transiting your social activities, a good time to connect with others. Here we see the 12th house, again that low key area which may trigger some of these self-reflective episodes. Venus at this time also moves up into the 9th house, which also reflects some of this social stuff that I'm seeing here. 12th house and 9th house can also have to do with journeys. So if you're planning a little bit of time out, this is a good time to do so. The one I'm looking for here has to do with, well, just preceding that, not a bad triangular position between the moon in your 2nd house of finance and Mercury up here, giving you great creative and clever ideas for money-making schemes. And then some great communication around the 16th, 17th with the connection of the 3rd house and Jupiter here. And then triggering these frustrating opposition aspects around the 19th. But just prior to that, that Jupiter conjunction also happens to coincide with a full moon and 9, let me have a look at this, 9 from 14, 7, 9, 16. It's sort of just a little bit past the midpoint of the Sun and Venus here. So this is great for communication, and there could well be some lucky opportunities for you, depending on how you communicate. That's going to hold you in good stead here because, once again, these frustrations are going to come to the surface, and you must not allow yourself to be distracted by the outer things that you think or maybe projecting upon that are the source of the problem. The source is here within yourself, within your family, the early family life. Deal with that while the moon is transiting through these areas. 5th house is nice. This is a nice creative interlude for you if you wish. And then back to work here around the 23rd, 24th with the idealistic conjunction of retrograde Neptune in that 6th house. Love affairs, business communications may be challenged, especially here with the Sun, while the Moon is at the right angle around the 26th and 27th. And then some abrupt or unexpected happenings on the last few days of the month with the Moon here back again in the 8th house with Uranus, triggering some unexpected reactions either from you or to your partner. It's nice that the Moon can trigger this. You mustn't see this as a negative influence. You should go with the flow and explore what's on offer there. Listen carefully what's being said from your partner, and this could start the process of reconciliation and resolution for you, we hope. Join me at astrology.com.au. We've got more on the month with a chronological textual flow of what's happening with all these aspects. And for those of you that are interested in more of a personalised reading, click here, contact me. If you want, we can email each other, and that's the better way to look at a horoscope. This, of course, is very general. The horoscope prepared from your time and place of birth can be extraordinarily revealing, and I look forward to that as well. Till next month, take care. Bye-bye.